Peace and love, Divine Collective. I am speaking with a collective who has been through a lot. You've been through a lot of trials and tribulations. But Spirit wants me to jump on here and highlight, you always somehow figured it out, right? There was always a ram in the bush. Because many of you focus on the fact that you're always going through things. You're always going through stuff. And you're right. You have had to carry a lot of burdens. But this collective that I'm speaking to, Spirit wants you to know that you was always protected. Even while you were going through those trials and tribulations, there was always a ram in the bush. Even if it was you figuring it out, Spirit is saying, who do you think inspired the solution? Because you see, there were a lot of people, they were throwing arrows. I'm seeing archery. You were a target, is what Spirit was saying. But they didn't know that you had an invisible shield around you. So all of those arrows were bouncing off of you. And it was just making you stronger. Because you learned how not only to survive, but to thrive. And that's what makes you stand out, collective. That's why Spirit has put so much respect in your name. Yes. I'm hearing that Spirit has put respect in your name. They're proud of you. I'm hearing cheering. Like, yeah, that's my baby. Because you never gave up. You never faltered. You might have missed a step or two, but you always caught your stride eventually. No matter what you were going through, you never gave up faith. Understand, everybody has to go through the fire. And I'm hearing Shaka Khan's song, Through the Wire. Everybody has to go through the fire and through the wire in order to make it to the top. And I'm not talking about just the top of your corporate ladder. I'm talking about becoming a world leader, becoming a celebrity, becoming a worldwide influencer, not just on TikTok. I'm hearing United Nations, ambassadors, sitting with kings and queens, not just the president. I'm hearing that scripture, the first will be last, and the last will be first. Spirit said, this is a revolution, is what I'm hearing. This is the rise of true divine royalty. You've been hidden in plain sight. Now I'm channeling Anastasia. If you haven't seen that movie or you don't know her story, she was royalty. But I believe she lost her parents and she also got amnesia. So she forgot that she was this princess and she was living like a regular poor girl. Until one day by fate, this boy that she knew when she was younger, I think he worked in the house in her castle where she stayed before everything went down, and he recognized her. And it's so crazy because there were people that were trying to use her in order to get into the castle. So they made her pretend to be a princess, not realizing that she was really a princess. So these were some scammers and didn't realize they were actually assisting her discover her true destiny. Wow. Y'all really need to go and watch that movie. That's the look you have when you discover something that's truly mind fucking blowing. So I was channeling Anastasia. As you heard in the beginning of this message, I took a little break and I was like, you know what? Maybe I want to add a clip. So here I am searching through TikTok for a clip from the movie Anastasia. And this post catches my attention. She was from Russia. I literally channeled Russia the other day in one of my messages. I didn't understand why. Once again, I just heard Russia. So I threw it in there. And now the pieces are coming together. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I'm hearing past life. I guess I'm channeling somebody's past life here. You actually went through that. I'm hearing I did too. So, once again, you're royalty. Not only spiritually, but you were literally royalty. And with Anastasia, her family was assassinated. Yeah. I'm hearing that that's going to resonate with this collective that I'm speaking with. Because you see, you have the same story. You came here and you were placed with a middle class family, and you forgot that you were divine royalty. You forgot, I'm hearing, that you were a celebrity in another life, that you were kings and queens, pharaohs, chiefs. You were the head honcho, is what I'm hearing. And yet here you are playing it small. And I'm hearing small town girl. So you might just think you're this small town girl, small town boy. No big deal. Meanwhile, God was hiding you in plain sight. You're divine spiritual royalty. I want you to let that sink in. You are spiritual royalty. You are high ranking in the divine realms. I'm hearing it's time for you to put some respect in your own name. It's time for you to fully awaken, because the world needs to hear your voice. They need to see your light. They need to feel your energy. And I literally just heard something move behind me. These things have been happening all day. And you know what? I'm embracing the magic. I'm embracing the mystery, because I understand that we're all one. So for the collective that I'm speaking to, your gifts are going to be increasing in this season. Don't be afraid of them. Embrace them. You don't have anything to be afraid of. Today, I literally went to the store. I went to CVS. And actually, there's like a CVS and a Walgreens by my house. And so I decided to walk there. And at first, I was going to go to the Walgreens. But I just felt this pull to go to the CVS, even though it was further away. So I go to the CVS, I go inside the store, I pick up a few things, and stick with me because all of this is going to tie in with the message. But I walk out the store and I noticed this car, and on the tag, it said Elvis. And I know by now, when I feel that urge that this is a message, right? So I felt that urge that this is a message. And then it made me think about Evel Knievel, because the tag was literally like red and white, I believe. So it was making me think of Evel Knievel because his colors were red, white, and blue. So it's giving the same energy. They even kind of dress a little alike, if you notice. It's giving Ric Flair energy. Okay, so you got that Ric Flair energy. But anyway, I digress. So I take a picture of it, and then next thing you know, I go on my phone. I go on TikTok because I'm about to post it, because I felt that Elvis had a message, just like I channeled through a message from Evel Knievel. So I was like, okay, this is a message. Because Elvis is legendary. Elvis is also another great. He's up there with Evel Knievel, right? And so I go on my phone, and next thing you know, I come across a post, and it was like 11 hours ago, and it said it was Elvis's birthday. I was blown away. I was blown away. So I'm like, This message is coming from Elvis directly because it's his birthday. And I know my gifts are increasing at this time, so it is what it is. And that's a whole nother story because I've had this gift since I was a child. I was just afraid of it. So I suppressed it for a long time. My mother told me that it was evil, that it was Satan, it was the devil, and all this other stuff. So I suppressed it for a long time. But now I've reclaimed my divine power, my energy, and my gifts. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful because I literally felt his energy. And it was so angelic. And all of these people that we consider legends, like Michael Jackson is coming through, Elvis, Presley, all of these, I'm getting Louis Armstrong, and all of these different people that we put on a pedestal as legendary, they're saying, you're legendary too, collective. Now I'm channeling Whitney Houston as well. But they said it takes one to know one. I'm talking about a king. So when we talk about Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley being the king, so are you, fam. So are you, queen. Okay? Now I'm hearing Marilyn Monroe, Madonna. You're going to be legendary. I'm hearing household name. You're going to be a household name. I'm hearing all you have to do is start putting respect on your own self. Realize how much of a genius you are. You see, many of us don't understand. Spirit wants me to channel this through. When you create something, you're actually co-creating with Source. You're co-creating with God. Like that idea is inspired by God. And many of us give other people the power to dictate whether it's good, even though it's God. God channeled that through you for a reason, which is why you should love every single thing that you create. Don't base the value of your art on how many likes you got, on how many views you got. This is when we're giving other people the power to validate us. Nah, you put a stamp on it. There was this interview that I saw with Prince, and I love it. I'll try to insert it if I can. But he talked about how when he creates something, he doesn't give other people the ability to like put their opinion on it. Because he knows that as soon as you give other people the ability to criticize it or to give their opinion, now it's like tainting it.
It's good you said you realise that, because people, you know, they do want to kind of criticise, or they do want to drag some badness, like he said this, to make like a good headline, but it's good that you don't rise to it.
Yeah,
your opinion, and that's that.
Yeah, I don't look at myself through other people's eyes. I had an interesting discussion with Larry Graham and a journalist upstairs about criticism of music. You know, if you're a true artist, you're using the gift you've been given from God.
Yeah.
And to criticize a gift from God is sort of to criticize God.
Yeah.
Now, you can cut that any way you want, but it's the truth. So.
It's making me think of the reading that I channeled through from the fairies earlier, and I got one of the cards that said, protect your dreams. So Spirit is saying to protect your dreams by not allowing other people to taint what you're doing. Don't worry about how many likes. Keep posting. Don't worry about how many views. Keep posting. Don't worry about how many purchases you have. Keep producing. Keep creating. Because you're planting seeds. And understand that if you love the seeds that you plant, then others will love the seeds that you plant, because God is going to send the right people. Everybody doesn't have to like what you're doing, but God will send the people who like what you're doing, who understand you. You don't need validation from anybody else. You're a king. You're a queen. Okay? You create your own lane. You write your own destiny. So don't give other people the power to dictate whether or not it's successful. Don't give other people the power to dictate whether or not it's good. Do you like it? If you like it, that's all that matters. I want you to fall in love with everything that you create. Let your affirmation be, everything that I touch is gold. Everything that I touch is gold. I'm a genius. Okay? Because understand, now I'm thinking about Kanye West again. He heard a lot of no's before he heard yes. The same goes with, I'm hearing Lauryn Hill now. She was booed off stage. There were a lot of greats that had to go through a lot of disappointments before they were able to climb their way to the top. So what I'm saying is, don't give other people the power to dictate whether or not what you're doing is good enough. Whether what you're doing is a vibe. Are you vibing with it? Keep vibing with it. Because guess what? The right tribe members are going to be attracted to that, to your authenticity. Don't create things for people to like it. Create things because you like it. And then the people that like what you like are going to migrate to you. But when you create things just to be liked, you're going to attract people that are not really even your people. You attracted them based off of wearing a mask. 9/11 on the clock right now. I just heard Elvis say, be great, baby girl. It's your world. So I'm going to end it on that note. Be great. It's your world. Continue to co-create with Source. Allow Source to inspire you. Okay? Peace and love.